How adorable is the baby deer playing with the little puppy, cute little friendship. On the contrary, animals when they grow up and become adults are completely different. Perhaps this is a life of survival. In the world of wild animals, the strong always overwhelm the weak because nature gives them a race that even we cannot explain. Elephants are the largest animals on land, but are not always the strongest. As long as they are busy foraging and are separated from the herd, they can become prey for tigers and lions at any time. Tigers have the advantage in speed, and their claws are carnivores, so nature has given them the most powerful weapon to survive. It can be said that this is the organized distribution and arrangement to regulate their planet's ecosystem. When they are young, tiger cubs are adorable, but when they grow up and become adults, this is an important milestone for them to change their personality, clearly showing the instincts of a scary hunter. There are many enemies around, including their own kind, perhaps competing for a scarce food source that they do not want to share, even if it is their brother. Even though he was born from the same mother, when they grew up, they wanted to clearly demonstrate their role in the group. So a conflict broke out, but sometimes they are very gentle with people of other races. It's strange. Is that in the wild world, there is something very difficult to explain. It can be said that pythons, also known as big snakes, are actually more scary than we think. They are always hungry, no matter what species, including humans, if on the way they meet. No matter how big or small they are. Small. As long as their hunger is satisfied, this large snake can swallow a large object and pick it up many times. Elephants eat grass and leaves. They are many times larger than other species, but they are very gentle. Healthy, only when disturbed them, and when we humans come close to them, they will naturally react. And this newly hatched fawn, if it loses its mother, what could happen to it? The fight is not equal. The smaller ones are bloodthirsty, but alone they may not dare to approach species many times larger than themselves. However, they have groups in the herd. They hunt less. At most, 4 to 5 of them surround the prey and take it down suddenly, making it impossible for the prey to escape. That is the instinct of the strong. When managers control in conservation areas, it can upset animals' lives and make them angry. Perhaps with tigers, lions, or jaguars, we humans have to be very careful. Important, because their living environment is increasingly narrowed. They lose their food source, and their natural habitat is disturbed. The division of territory is also an important key point. It can be said that this is an affirmation in the herd and a boundary that is not allowed to be violated by others, and the leader of the herd must have the ability to dominate, both in terms of boundaries, and the power to create pride in children when the breeding season comes, and this bravery is maintained for many years, until the young mature and the next, called their life cycle. Lions, tigers, and jaguars. When these 3 species meet, conflict is very likely to occur. Lions are species that hunt and live together in herds. They are often in large numbers, so they are very strong. Tigers are species that when as adults, they often live and hunt alone and have very high bravery. The same goes for jaguars. They often live and hunt alone and fight alone. Jaguars have a very fast running speed when starting and can achieve good fortune. Speed 75 to 80 km/h, a terrible speed. When the position is about to change, the lion, tiger, or any other alpha animal will eventually end up being eliminated from the herd to let the younger generation take over the throne in the natural world. They are clearly divided by strength. The strong will have priority, and the strong will of course dominate in an orderly manner so that members of the herd will have to respect them. Sometimes we and tourists make tigers angry. Tigers are big cats, very aggressive, even preying on their prey or their own kind when they are hungry or fighting for their territory. They can fight to the end without fear of the enemy. Tigers are very brave and courageous. There is a saying that there cannot be such tigers in a forest. This is very true because they are solitary creatures and hunt their prey alone. Unlike lions, when they hunt their prey, they must work together to block and surround their prey. Sometimes lions hunting alone in the wild also meet a tragic end. They attack their prey from behind. The next one rushes in and pounces on the prey's face and bites right in the throat. Next, they jump on the back and knock it down. Prey, then the whole herd gathered around to eat. Tigers hunt very effectively. They catch their prey from afar and approach carefully. When they reach a certain distance, they are as fast as lightning and use all their strength to jump forward. At this time, the prey has no time to run. They have claws as sharp as knives, gripping their prey tightly, and every time they fight with an enemy or a fellow human being, it will end in ruin. Sometimes death after fighting due to infected wounds. It's scary for those who hunt with their claws. Pumas also belong to the big cat family. Tigers and lions also belong to the cat family. In the wild, they are species that have no enemies but just friends. Species compete for space, food, and mating rights. Currently in the world, in the wild, and in wildlife sanctuaries, there are organizations that protect and maintain breeding, to clone endangered animals' strains, so that the next generation will not have to look for them in books and newspapers. And let's join hands to protect them seriously. Rhino VSN channel will stop here. Thank you for your attention. Hello and see you again.